And today I'm going to show you how to actually get oxygen inside of your space station if you have the Galacticraft mod for Minecraft 1.5.2. I do want to send a shout out to EasyVid. EasyVid is freaking amazing. I've tried out other ones. I used BB Flashback for a little bit, and then I actually had to register. I didn't want to register. I didn't want to mess with all that crap. The one problem I also have with other recording programs is that they're really jerky and laggy, especially Fraps. EasyVid picks up everything flawlessly. It'll pick up everything on your screen. You can set it. You can do advanced settings so we can record the mic like I am. You can add your own music to it. When I get a little bit more money, I'm actually going to give them a generous amount. They deserve it. This is a top program. I love it. Completely free, and you do not have to register at all either. You don't have to register if you have this at all. You can just grab it and use it. This is freaking amazing. So, of course, this isn't about a video editor, but as much as I'd love to send out shoutouts, I have to actually get back to the real point here. So the first thing we're going to need to do is, well, you know, of course, grab Minecraft and other good stuff. Unfortunately, I will not be making an installation video, but I'm just going to show you the basic stuff. You're going to have to look up the stuff on your own. I apologize. So for now, in case you're wondering who's in the background, that's Raven from Teen Titans. Yay. If you don't mind, and if you'll wait a few seconds, let's go on ahead and start up Minecraft. We got our Minecraft started up, and let's go into single player, shall we? So as you can already see, I have my own world. This is a huge space station. I don't want to give away a screenshot just yet. Maybe in a new video. So let's go ahead and get started. So good game, bro. Yeah, totally legit. Alright, so let's go to creative. Super flat, because we don't, need all a bunch of, like, famous stuff. Cheats, structures, all that other good stuff. Creative. Okay, so let's go into our new world. And, this is actually my first demonstration videos. The Let's Play videos I've uploaded were made using the BB Flashback Express, which I liked using for a time, but, well, I had problems. I didn't like the registration. I did not like the registration at all. So, I had the very first screen recorder I ever got was EasyVid, but I never even used it because I was thinking that you couldn't record audio with your mic. Then I discovered in an absolute random video that I was watching and observing it because it just kind of caught my eye that you actually can using the advanced settings. I could not believe that. So as you can see, I've actually got Minecraft Comes Alive set up on here. I've actually got these and a few other mods installed that give me jetpacks and such. That way I can actually jetpack through space and stuff. It's quite amazing what you can do with this this mod. In case you don't know, download Galacticraft for when you see the video, of course. Download Galacticraft first. And load the basic components, and then install Industrial Craft 2 afterwards. So of course I'm a guy. Why not use my username, but instead get rid of the Mister. Normally this would be my username, but somehow it got taken. So let's go Dr. Aquafresh, Swimming Particles, and everything else. There we go, and you can see I have single player commands enabled, damage indicators enabled, of course the Galacticraft. It says new version, but since I'm running Minecraft 1.5.2, I cannot get this. Here's too many items. So if we go into our creative bar, you can see that we have this, as well as this. These won't show up. These are custom NPCs, and this is the Industrial Craft. So here we are, all this famous stuff. I'm not going to go over the crafting recipes. We're just going to go on ahead and get to space. So let's do this. Let's grab our pre-fueled rocket, and of course we're going to be needing our oxygen gear when we get up there. So let's grab some cheat sheet gear. Yes, quite nice, quite nice. There's one other thing. There's the oxygen gear. Now this is only required in survival. When you have this and no other mods installed, you can have TMI. It runs well with TMI. So what you actually do is, okay, that's a weird render. So anyways, so you'll actually see new bars. You can see these are highlighting, but because of the custom NPCs mod, it has these tabs. So in that way, it actually changes the inventory. But in the original one, you'll see a little slot over here for your parachute, and you'll see 4 slots down here for these main components. Don't worry, you can run this like I'm doing just fine. Just make sure you're in survival before you equip them, because since I do have custom NPCs and it's not the original, when I go into creative and I have it equipped, it'll actually show up here. Not sure why, it's just some weird thing. So just go ahead and shift right click, and here is your oxygen gear, which is required to go to the moon. The moon, that's displayed in many Galacticraft reviews that I've seen. The ones I haven't seen are how to actually get oxygen in your spaceship. Because you cannot grow trees. You can grow trees on the moon, but you cannot grow trees on your spaceship. So, not your spaceship, your space station. So, here's my original skin. You see there's no mouth there. Just in case you're curious, it's because I used an animated player models. I'm playing online, but offline it looks the same because of some wicked technology thing. So, let's go ahead and place these down. It is a 9x9 grid. But then if you have Galacticraft, you already know. Now this is one of my favorite things. Look at that. Look at this. Oh, he is hauling that rocket above his head like a freaking boss. And the crafting recipe for this is pretty intensive. So let's see here. We got our big old gigantic pre-fueled rocket ship that I can jump and run and crouch even further with in a weird way, float above the surface of Minecraft apparently. So just gonna right click that. Let's grab our moon gear, which is also required for space. Now you will need some components. I'm just gonna grab a bunch of random ingots, and we are going to see. Let's see. This is obviously not what I want to search. When I was being survival inventory, look at that. It shows up there, and don't know why. So let's actually go to the ingots. I know that you need iron, and I know for a fact that you need steel, but I can't remember the other one. So I'm just going to grab all these. Let's see here. I got iron, I got steel. I believe I do need tin ingots as well. Let's get a tin block. I'm almost positive I need these tin ingots. Let's get rid of these. Now, as you can see, my thing is kind of, incompatible. That's, fine, I guess. Okay, so we have our tin ingots. Let's put back on our oxygen gear. I apologize if you think that having other mods enabled is, kind of stupid. I'm sorry, that's just the way I like playing. If you think it's unprofessional, please keep it to yourself. Right click the rocket. It's already pre-fueled, and I forgot my parachute. Oh well. So hit space, and we are going to fly up to space. Right now, you can see the countdown timer, and I'm going to go on ahead and pause this segment, and I will be back with you guys when we're on the moon. I just, have to put a giant tail button right here, simply for the fact because I did not realize that I actually had to have a machine block because of my industrial craft install, so I actually had to go back to the moon and come back up here. And I do think I said I was going to meet you on the moon, or not the space station. I apologize for that. That was a mistake on my part. So here we are. We have create space station. It looks like I need 12 iron ingots and 24 tin and 1 machine block. The tin and the machine blocks are from the Industrial Craft 2, but if you do not have Industrial Craft 2, all the resource components will be inside of your Galacticraft. So the tin and machine will not be there. I do believe that the other one is bronze, is it? And something else I cannot seem to remember. I do know you have to have like 3 kind of sets of ingots. So let's go on ahead and let's create our space station. So here we go, Mr. Dr. Aquafresh's space station. So we can rename it Dat Station. And I decided, I'm not going to the description and the title says how to make oxygen. I'll show you that, but I'm also going to show you how to make airlocks and stuff as well, because I'm kind of thinking, well, they probably don't know how to do that. So let's just hit send to dimension, and there's some really cool functions on here. So here we are on a space station, and you can see right in front of you that little chest will actually, yep, float down. Well, mine sort of did not float. I am experiencing a little bit of lag. So here we are in our space station, since we have absolutely no oxygen on this station right now. None at all whatsoever. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build on this station. Do not cover and do not build in this part. That is because this part of the station is get your teleporter. If you delete any of the teleporter blocks, I do believe it will break, and you will have to completely reinstall the mod or create a new world. And you really don't want to do that if you have a really cool looking spaceship. So we have the sun over here on this side, and here's another really cool thing. There's no gravity out here, which I kind of wish you could actually create gravity, but I guess that'll come out in a later update. Right now in Galacticraft you can only go to the moon, create a space station, and go back to Earth. In earlier versions you can go to like Mars and Venus and stuff, but they're updating it for 1.6. I just like 1.5 because the mod installation is one I've used for a really long time. It's just a lot simpler. So our oxygen tanks will actually go down, and you can see on the upper right there's like a little GUI. I guess this is kind of a review. Yeah, you know what, let's just make this a review. Screw it. So here we go. We have the world, the Earth down here, and we have the sun there. We have the moon here, and depending on what position this moon and the sun is, it determines what cycle it is. Because there really is no real day and night on your space station, but you will notice the lighting will go down when the sun is behind the Earth, and when the moon's above you, it get a bit darker, and vice versa. So I'm going to create a little capsule place on this end. So if you guys will hold on a little bit for me once again, I will get that created for you. Alright guys, so we are back, and we have our little base made here. It did not take me very long to make this at all. It's because of another mod I have installed on here. I absolutely love it. It's one of the highest recommended mods. I'll get into that later. So here we are with our little space capsule thing. So we're going to need a few materials. You can see the oxygen on the upper right, but I'm actually in creative. I actually took off the tanks and then went to creative, and that GUI just kind of stuck there. You can see on the lower right I'm using Ray's minimap as well. It's fully functional with here. It's just absolutely amazing. So like I said, I do have a few like utility type mods enabled. So there's a few things that we're going to need. So if you're in creative, you want to go to Galacticraft, and let me check something. Okay. So you want to go into Galacticraft, and you will see this here. What you're going to need is you're going to need an oxygen bubble distributor. You're going to need an oxygen collector. You're going to need oxygen pipes. You are also going to need the infinite battery is creative only. But you can use these batteries. That's why you want to actually download this before you install Industrial Craft 2 or the thermal expansion. That's because if you install Industrial as well as the thermal first, and you don't, the Galacticraft mod won't give you the option to load basic components, and the basic components is basically what allows you to get these batteries and make it kind of a standalone thing. The copper wire. You know what? Let's demonstrate, since this is kind of like a mini review in a way. Let's actually demonstrate how to power our machines as well while we're at it. So I'm actually going to, let's see here. Oh, by the way, all these things in blue, the oxygen sealer, all those work. I'll do like a review of full review sometime in the near future. Okay, so let's see here. Ah, yes, no, that's not it actually. Oh, yes, it's in redstone. Let's go here, or not redstone. Wow, here it is. Coal generator, or battery box, and an electric furnace. Electric furnace is basically a standard furnace, but you charge on the station. So we have a coal generator, so let's get ourselves some coal. Plenty of coal. So now that we got all that, let's go ahead and actually, oh, forgot something. That was my mistake. We need leaves. Like I said, you cannot actually grow trees on here. I'm not sure why, because you can grow them on the moon. I even replaced this with moon turf at one point, and it still did not work. So I guess they may or may not add this, but you can still actually have oxygen. So the first thing we're going to need is the leaves, of course. So let's go ahead and place these here, because we can. Now here is this mod I was talking to you about. I'm going to hold down Control and watch this. Right click. Look at that. You see this? Instantly build, no problem. I don't have to place each one individually. I can just kind of instantly do that. This is, like I said, one of the best mods out there you can possibly get. So let's actually make another little mini mini layer for ourselves. It's getting kind of dark, isn't it? Let's get some glowstone all up in here. Now keep in mind that you do have to have a stack for that one mod to work, but you know, this isn't about that mod, this is about Galacticraft. I'm not even sure what I'm talking about. So okay, so we have our glowstone. Glowstone's not required, I'm just using that. So now we have our oak leaves set. The oak leaves will not disappear until you actually start using the oxygen collector. So all you're gonna do, oh wow, I'm forgetting everything. You need a wrench as well. And of course these don't work, the clock doesn't work, and your compass doesn't work because you're in space. So let's place down the oxygen collector. You can place it anywhere you want, but you need to have this side open and this side open. You don't need this side open if you're using batteries, but since we're going to be demonstrating how to power this, so as you can see, this is actually collecting oxygen from the leaves. What will actually happen is the leaves will start disappearing. So if you're coming to the overworld, or you're coming to your space station and you're in survival and you want to make this, what you need to do, which is absolutely the utmost necessity, is to bring a crap ton of oak leaves with you, depending on how big your station is going to be. So here we are. We can see that it's actually begun to collect oxygen already. But see, it can't collect enough because it's not enough power. So how we're going to get the power is quite easy. And wow, oh boy. Okay, copper wire. Okay, I think we're all set. I'm almost positive we got everything. So let's grab a coal generator, and this will provide the power that we need in order to keep that charged. Let's just place it over here, or here actually, there we go. And you're gonna right click it, and you're just gonna stick your coal right in there. And well, it's not. Why isn't this generating? Should be generating. Let's try connecting this regardless. There we go. I see. So it has to be connected to something before it'll actually work. So as you can see, whole heat goes maxed out, and then it gives you the watts, the voltage. This will begin to generate. It will use it up, and you will see status active. We have plenty enough. All it needs is 4 kilowatts, 120 volts, and that's precisely what this generator provides, is 120 volts. So those are the watts. So all the watts is going here, and now you will notice that the oxygen output will actually increase. And as this generator generates power, see the kilowatts? Once that gets to 4 kilowatts, that'll be enough to power this entire oxygen collector, and you'll see that the oxygen output will actually max out. So you know, let's just wait a few minutes for the to get the kilowatts. Just keep on checking these out. See, look, you can already see the leaves are beginning to disappear. Right there. See how this is doing. Almost there. Now, as you see, it's actually decreasing in kilowatts. The reason why is because this is draining that power. So, if you don't want to use the coal generator, that's fine. Let's just disable that, and you'll notice that the sprite forms actually kind of float up. Oh well. Oh no! Just kind of float. There it goes. So that's how you charge this, and of course you need plenty of copper wire, which is actually 3 copper in the middle with wool surrounding it, any color. So you can do that, or you can create these batteries. These batteries have 1,000 kilojoules. I charge them via the solar panels, which are included in the industrial craft. That's why I combined it with this. So let's go ahead and put this junk up. And instead, let's grab a couple batteries. Infinite batteries, you know, self-explanatory, infinite amount of power, so it has all the power it needs. So now we have the oxygen output, 42. So let's add a few more leaves and see what it does. The more leaves that you have, the more oxygen that it can actually gather. So you can see the output there. Just place those there. So here we go, look at that, all that oxygen. So now that we have our oxygen being collected and our leaves being depleted, I'm not sure why it does that, but I guess, you know, it's just part of the mod, so it's not too overpowered as far as survival goes. because this ship, the space station is quite expensive, but you can, this could be your safe base, because no mobs are non-existent on your space station. No such thing as mobs. People say that it's absolutely useless. That is totally redundant to me. This space station has so many uses. You can build in peace, you can research, you can explore, and if you have Harbitori's aircraft installed, like I do, you can actually fly around in space on your own user-created spaceships. That's right, user-created spaceships that can actively fly around your space station. In doing so, you can fly your little ship to a completely different location and make another space station. I mean, that is just so cool. That is so awesome. You can totally set up in space. And if you're a sci-fi freak like I am, oh my gosh, possibilities are absolutely endless. So let's go on ahead and get the oxygen bubble distributor. You can put it anywhere you like, but I'm just going to stick it in the middle. I'm going to rotate it with the wrench. Right click with the wrench. There's power. Okay. So we're going to connect our oxygen pipe to here. And we are going to bring it over here and connect it to the bubble. Now the bubble has oxygen, but it doesn't have power. So once again, you connect it to that output there with your coal generator, or preferably the electric, not the electric, but the battery pack, so you can, convert stuff, I guess. So let's stick the infinite battery in here, and as you can see, it'll say in, and this is the oxygen input. As you can see, this bubble is growing. We now have oxygen on our spaceship. Now, what I do is I combine more than one oxygen collector so that I can kind of, increase the output of this. Now, this is kind of like a limited area. So what I've done with my other space station is I've actually got it along the ground here. I will show that to you at the end of this video. This video is very long. Well, sort of long. Well, you know what? Screw it. Let's just stick with oxygen. So this, folks, is how you create oxygen on your ship. Now, I was going to say that I was going to show you how to make airlocks. Sorry, I lied. I kind of lied. We're not going to do that. So we're just going to make another oxygen collector, and I think I will end the video here. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I hope this just kind of enlightens you a lot as far as the space station and getting oxygen on your space station. I'm going to prove that it works. Let's go back into survival. Look at that. I do not have my oxygen tank. I am inside this part. I am surviving, but if I go outside this blue bubble, look at that, oxygen setup is invalid, so I gotta go back in here. I am perfectly fine. It's absolutely amazing. So I'm going to now show you my space station that I've created with oxygen being distributed throughout the ship, and I will end the video at that point. We are back. Yeah, okay guys, so we are back, and this is my personal space station that I have created in space. I have all my electric jetpacks. I was making a solar panel factory and all this other good stuff on here. I have a mining laser, all my fancy stuff. I was working on airlocks and stuff, so I have all the components for it. So I'm actually going to fly over, and I'm going to give you like a short, like little, a kind of little custom tour for you guys. So let's land here, and we are going to go back into survival. Oxygen setup is not invalid. That is because I am near my oxygen bulb. I'm going to go back. I'm going to equip my oxygen gear as well as my electric jetpack, and I'm going to fly. You see the jetpack right there, and the model looks perfect with the light air tanks. So let's fly away. Now the sound is muted for the sake of easy vid. So as you can see, the outside of the station is all plated and nice and fancy looking. I'm using this like secret rooms mod thing, so I've actually got secret access hatches throughout my space station. This is actually a life pod that I have attached to the side, but I do have some ships. I kind of want to show those to you guys. Here is the civilian, and there's a larger ship over there. Here are the airlocks. This is the first plated kind of docking ring. These over here are not plated on the outside with this yet. Of course, the plating is absolutely unnecessary, but it just looks so much better with it. So let's go on ahead, and let me give you the short little little tour of what I've actually done with this. So let's actually activate these secret hatches. Like I said, if you're curious on how they're actually the exact same the design as these, that's because I'm using a like the secret rooms mod. It's also known as the mod that allows you to make stuff melt into environments. So that's my secret access hatch. Do that, do that, do that. There we go. And here's the airlock. The civilian E-type MK1 or I, however you want to say it. All this design, everything in here is completely original. Everything. So let's go on ahead and let's go to my original room thing. Oh no! How are we going to get through here? No problem. Secret lever. Right there. For the airlock. The airlock has some really neat sound effects and everything else. Keep oxygen gear on at all times. Yeah, it's cool. So let's go ahead and take all this off because I'm in the safe zone. Full oxygen tanks all set up here. And there's a little parachest that comes down. We are locked up again. Oh no! I think we really are locked in. Oh dear. It appears as though my frame has broken. That's a shame. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And fix it. Could be on my lever that's broken too. Okay. Holy crap, I do not know what happened. Oh well, I can always replace it later. This does happen sometimes. You're gonna get like a little bit of a sneak peek of how I'm creating this stuff. Close that. There we go. Secret lever back there. Airlock frame up. And go back into survival. So here we are, the spacecraft bays. This entire ship has oxygen running all throughout it. I like to check my output so I can check out what's going on. I have my authorized personnel only. This is my personal cloning facility. That is the My People's mod. Let's go in here. See, this works perfectly fine. My little secret levers. Oxygen distributors. You can see what I've actually done with this. Underneath here, you can actually walk through there because I have to walk through there and replace the leaves. As you can see, there's a bunch of them kind of disappearing on me. So this is like, yeah, I'll show this to you guys. Which is the first thing I created. Let's go into my secret cloning chamber. This is all originally created by me, yours truly. This is kind of the core. It's a bunch of like insulated HV cables. This is the custom NPCs mod. It's right clicker. It's a her. See, as you can see, all this, just everything you can do with this. Look at that. Everything that you can do with this mod, especially in combination with other mods, is absolutely amazing. I have my cold chest for my DNA samples, and yes, the cloning facility does work. This is the secret button. See what I did there? You can, from right here, it looks exactly like these, but if you look to the side, you can see that it's actually a secret button. Now, there is a secret button to unlock this door as well. I can't help it, I like secret buttons. So let's right-click this. And the door opened. Here we go, we have our little cloning chamber, the redstone, and everything else. So this here, and then you, oh dear, I forgot that this part's kind of sealed off for a reason. There we go. And I'm going to right click here. This reinforced door opens. It's part of industrial craft. The egg actually goes there. This is actually a secret redstone block. This block's a redstone. And of course the little system goes through there and charges the egg and whatnot. If you have the My People's mod, you understand. If not, and you're just like, oh, what on earth is he talking about? He's a weirdo. Sorry. Just the way I am. Just the way I am. Just the way I are. So let's go ahead and close the door. Centrifuges, all other good stuff. Super cloning computer. Yes, my distribution maintenance. Do you guys see a door here? Anywhere at all? Do you see a door? Of course not. But there's one right there. Look at that. Kind of float up. That's a ghost block. See that? That's a ghost block. So I can kind of jump up here. I can go into these pipes and I can change everything I've got going on. I can adjust my redstone system. You can see that there's activated. There's another oxygen distributor. It's just, these distributors are really, they're too close together. But this is like when I was really first messing around with just the extent of what you can do with these space stations. Like I said, you can do anything in these space stations. This is your space station. This is your world, basically your game. You can do whatever you want. So let's go back, and I forgot to close the airlock. Let's open it again like it should be. Close it. Kind of jump over that. I do have SPC as well. Normally I have longer legs enabled, so I can just walk over those, but let's go here. Here's the life pod. The life pod is fully operational. This here is the airlock. Let's just right click that. As you can see, this door closes, that door opens. Oh no, it's sealed. Not so. Oh, forgot about that. Like I said, I have an airlock there for a reason. Okay then. So the ship will actually detach from this here and go on ahead and take off. So let's go on ahead and close those. Oxygen detectors. This place I kind of cornered off because I'm making like a solar engineering thing. So let me clear that for you guys because I've got it mostly done. There we go. I don't have to worry about it anymore. And you can see all the oxygen is fully distributed throughout the ship. So let's go in here. And this is like a big generator room. Originally I was trying to charge them all by generators, but it turns out it's like one generator powers like only one oxygen distributor, and there's a lot of them. So I just cheated and used the infinite batteries simply because of all the stuff that I had on there. And I have my space station workers. These are also part of the custom NPCs. Click, sorry sir, I'm working at the moment. Of course I'm paying them, so they would, address me as such. And this is my room. You can sleep in space. You can do all the normal stuff that you normally do, so long as you've got oxygen throughout. I've got my own personal oxygen distributor here. An ender chest so that I can actually put stuff in here. Then when I go back to the Minecraft Earth, I can actually grab the stuff that I put inside the space station and vice versa. Some infinite batteries, some backup batteries, probably never going to need them, but you never know. A little creative design here. Here are the available transports to the Earth and the Moon. Unfortunately, you do not land on Earth, the same place that you landed with your rocket. I was kind of wondering about that, and then a friend pointed out to me that you are a space station, and you are probably indeed orbiting around the little blocky Earth. So, if I'm boring you guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to make this, as interesting and as adversive as possible. You can just like quit the video right here if you want. Just decide that So here's the maintenance chest. I like to cheat sheet TMI Unlimited. Grab that, and because its bottom section is full of water, I most likely don't need the water, but I have it anyways because that's just part of the original design. Oops. So let's go here. Golden helmet, aqua affinity. I'm gonna right click this hatch. I'm thinking about making that a secret hatch, but it's maintenance. So as you can see here, we're actually under that one system I showed you earlier. So this is what I do to actually replace stuff. Hit E, it is TMI Unlimited. If you're curious on how I got it that way, you shift right click. You shift right click in the TMI inventory, and it will give you the TMI Unlimited item. That it never runs out so long as you hit E every so often and kind of activate it. So this is basically why I have these hedges set up as they are, so I can just with no problem just kind of fix it all up. The oxygen runs low. I've usually got oxygen tanks on me. So this is the other section you saw. And I was talking about that, like the solar components. And feel free to use the same idea that I use. It took me a long time to figure it out, and if you really don't want to think of your own system, I completely understand. Because what inspired me to make this is, I actually looked up how to have oxygen inside my space station, and of course I got plenty of stuff saying on how to get oxygen on the moon, but of course, since I found out you can't grow trees, I was all mixed up and everything else. So, I just thought I'd point that out. So, let's just, let's go ahead and head back. Aqua affinity is supposed to be increasing my speed in the water. Unless that's not what it does. If you guys know what aqua affinity does, please let me know. Because for some reason it's not working like I thought it would. So I'll probably put some like maintenance potions that are like speed potions. So I just kind of zoom through here and just repair everything. And this especially is where that fast build mod comes in handy. This is how I'm actually able to create all my fancy quick builds in just a few seconds. That mod is so useful. Oh my gosh. And it's a drag and drop installation, and it is standalone as well. You can make it standalone. So I just thought I'd point that out. And there's only 2 class files. So yeah, it is one of the best mods ever. It's not instant build. It's like fast build or quick build or something along those lines. This is a pretty big facility, so I'm just going to go ahead and go through this part and then get back to the tour, which we're almost done with. If you'd like to see more, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I will start making all my videos with EasyVid from now on, if it has the kind of results that I'm expecting, you know, with like the custom editor and everything else. So let's head back. We kind of need to head back. Now, if you guys have any ideas for me to add to my space station, please post them in the comments. And oh no, I didn't forget my electric jetpack. Good, good. Quite well done, sir. Here we go. Just float right up. Or not. There. Yep, there we go. And then, of course, to repair my jetpack, I just stick it in one of the solar cells. And, you know, problem solved. So let's put this stuff back where it belongs. I do believe that I've pretty much covered everything. I think I know what these oxygen detectors do. I believe what they do is when oxygen is detected, it will send off a redstone signal. Either that or vice versa. You may have to create an actual T-flop for it. Kind of like a lever action. So, oh no, I cannot end it here, can I? Of course not, because I still have to show you how to fly in space. Wow. So I'm using Harbitori's Aircraft. It is a Japanese mod. If you guys would like a download link, please let me know in the comments, and I will try to get that set up for you guys. Full oxygen tanks, light oxygen tank, good enough. Good enough. Not sure why that glitched. Alright, so let's go on ahead and actually fly a spaceship in space. Legitly. Civilian E-type MK1. Just going to hit this. This opens up. I come to like a little glass capsule. Like I said, all this is completely original design. All this made by me. Go in here. Go to a glowstone section. Open this part, and this will be the ship. Go in here. This is the Pixis system. Let's just go ahead and... Alright. Click. Oh, by the way, do not block the Pixis, whatever you do. I did that, and I totally messed up a big barge I was doing to make another space station. Go to right-click this. So here we are. We are in the Pixis. Like I said, this is Harbitori's Aircraft. Use only vanilla blocks. Only vanilla blocks, because it will not recognize Galacticraft blocks. And I'm actually, you see that right there? Watch this. I'm in space. Boom. Look at that, guy. Look at this. Isn't this amazing? Look what I can do. Look what I can do with this combination of mods. It's absolutely amazing. Just the extent that I can increase my speed. I can go wherever I want. The one thing that would make this even pretty much more perfect than it already is when you fall down, you actually land on Earth on some random section. And what I'm thinking is, if I did that, I can actually make my life pods shoot down in case I, have like a freak accident, which of course won't happen unless I'm on a multiplayer server. Just look at this, and I can freely roam throughout space too. One thing, it will not show up on Ray's minimap when it's done this, because it's kind of like changed. It's what this has done is it's changed it into an entity. What it's done. So I'm just going to right-click the Pixis again, Harbitori Aircraft off. And I have my oxygen. Unfortunately, you cannot make the oxygen work in here because it will not recognize the blocks. But I think you can actually go into the config file, which I've actually gone into before. Or not, it's not the config file. It's like a little readme thing. You can, like people say, you can just go into the config file and actually change this. I have not been able to find something labeled config because they're all like class files and such. So if you guys know a way for me to kind of access that so I can actually extend this. I think it's actually unlimited in this version, but I don't know for sure. So just thought I would mention that. This civilian craft is not very long, and I can freely roam out throughout space. And because I have a jetpack, I can just hold down spacebar and float right up and walk around, and maybe if my ship breaks or something, I can just kind of use my jetpack and kind of float all the way back to the station. Here's the glass. That's the part that, you know, connects. You can see the little Earth. Whee! You're just gonna kind of float down, and I really don't want to, you know, break anything. That would be terrible, since this is my main kind of deal here. Very big deal. So let's go back inside the little ship here. Now, if you use smart moving or the animated player mod, your person will not lift stuff on his head. You will not have these gravity animation effects for some reason. But smart moving is completely compatible and stuff. So maybe if I slip down and I don't have a jetpack, I can use smart moving and kind of grab on the edge before I inevitably fall to my doom. But I am perfectly fine because I do have an electric jetpack. So you can also get like rocket fueled ones, but like I said, I like using electric a lot better, simply because I can just stick it inside one of them solar panels, that you saw earlier, and just go into there. So let's go back into our ship. Let's go right click the Pixis. Here we go, and we're just going to kind of. Now you don't have to be in. Accidentally hit F9. You don't have to be in F5 view to do this. I just like doing it so I can kind of see. The only complaint I have about this is that you can't zoom out. If you could zoom out, that'd be absolutely amazing. It'd be kind of like, shoot, what's it called? Oh yes, Eve. So let's just spam the numpad 3 key. Or not. It just goes kind of slow when going backwards. Normally I fly this little doohickey up there, and then I get like right up next to it and then slowly back into it like I am now. You know, I kind of feel like flying this. You know what? I'm not gonna fly this. You've seen a little. Look at this, and this works with any size. As long as you have the vanilla blocks, you can make any ship you want. Aside from the few that I cannot recognize, which is dirt and grass. But like I said, I just used iron blocks because, you know, spaceship. It kind of looks like steel more than iron though. So we're going to kind of connect, because you can see there. Look at that, and there we go. That's another reason why I have it. I'm gonna hit the 5 key. As you can see, we have successfully connected back into the station. I'm going to right click the Pixis again. It's going to connect to the environment. Right click this, and look at that. We are connected as if it never even went away. And I also have this like sealed off, so when I fly out, no oxygen escapes. I do not think the airlock. The airlock is mainly for decoration. I believe it's mainly like a cosmetic kind of thing. But I do not care. It is a freaking beautiful cosmetic thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of shut these again. That's shut. Let's see here. I forgot to shut this. Which, you know, I don't have to, but I'm going to anyways because I feel like it. I'm going to shut that. I'm going to grab this lever. If you're wondering why I don't have a lever in there, I just didn't feel like using it because of the different blocks. And there we go. You can go in there anytime you want. And in case you're outside and you want to get inside, you can just access both of the emergency access hatches. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching. I highly appreciate it. Go ahead, comment, rate, like, subscribe, give me feedback. Plenty of feedback. I need feedback so I can go ahead and adjust my things and stuffs accordingly. See, we're kind of low on air. So if you want to, oh my gosh, it broke again. Oh my gosh. So if you guys would actually like me to give a download for this map, I would be happy to. I would be absolutely delighted to give you the space station, just so long as you give me credit for it. If you want me to do that, I won't put that in the links right now. I'm going to actually rely more on comments to see if it's actually necessary or not. If there's anything here that I did not demonstrate to you and you would like to know, if you would like to know how I built this, if you would like to know how I was able to set all this up, how I got the ideas for it, just the way I've got it set up in general, if you want to know all that good stuff, please let me know. I will do my best to tell you. Fun fact, here's my solar panels. All up here as you saw, and my oxygen stuff. If you want to know how to do this kind of setup here, that's a sealable oxygen pipe, by the way. If you want to know how these blocks work, how to make them work, if you have something that's not working at all, or if you want to learn how to download this the way I've got it downloaded, don't be afraid to ask. I'm telling you that right now. Do not be afraid to ask me anything that you'd like to know, because I'm pretty knowledgeable about mods as well as programming, because I play Roblox, so I program quite a bit. So I hope to see you guys next time. Like I said, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.